I had another friend, another Jewish comedian, and I told him I had an emergency. I needed to see a doctor. And he said, "Oh, okay, front or back?" I said, "Back." I said, "Oh, okay, well, I've got this great proctologist. You should see this guy." I said, No, I had a bad experience once. I don't want to see that guy." He said, No, this guy's wonderful. He works especially with comedians. I was like, "Where'd you find this proctologist who works especially with comedians?" And he said, "Oh, I looked him up in the Yellow Pages. He's listed Dr. Mark Tellerman, specializing in butt." Seriously, folks. So what do you guys want out of this? I've been doing a lot of talking. What do you want out of this? Why are we here? No, you want to hear Hanukkah jokes? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Hanukkah puns?
Yeah.
I have one menorah joke. It's a winner. So there's this bartender. She's working the first night of Hanukkah, and she's really lonely. She's really lonely, and this really handsome guy walks in the front door, and she says, "Oh, hi, handsome. Are you available?" And the guy says, "No. 6 shots of tequila, please." And she says, "Oh, okay, 6 shots of tequila." I go, "Okay, great. Are those one for you?" And he says, "No, 1 for me, and then 1 for each of my cousins." She says, "Oh, cousins. Are they men or I've really been feeling my age recently. Mostly because my wife stopped feeling it for me, so I had to take care of it myself. You guys should have lights on you, see how it feels. Oh man, I had a wonderful childhood. My mother moved us up to Rye, New York, where I was raised after my father was fired from GE. He got fired on the only day that month that he showed up to work. But it was a beautiful childhood. We grew up in this little country-looking house on the end of a cul-de-sac. And it was a beautiful house until it eventually fell into disrepair because my mother fired the contractor. She found out that he'd been hiding porno magazines underneath the floorboards. And I don't know what she was more upset about, the fact that she found that he was hiding porno magazines underneath the floorboards, or the fact that he did such a poor job of lining up the wood grain that he got himself caught. But it was a beautiful childhood. It was beautiful. There was a little yard out in the front that I would play in the summer afternoons, unless I was inside, following my father's example by criticizing my mother's decorating and cooking. Or if I was outside on the street trying to charge the neighbors for street side parking. Once we were Jewish children, carefree as our parents let us be, because they wouldn't let us be carefree. Rushing to the bima during services, a genuine example of what nervous is. Now that we've grown older, all we do is kvetch and disagree. The kids are gone, the house empty and colder. I wish we'd stop the clock when we were young and Jewish. Oh, how I long to be young and Jewish. What does it mean to be? There was a time when we were young. We did just as we pleased. There was a time two songbirds sung before we stopped eating cheese. We were Jewish because our mothers were Now we wonder what was up with her. Soon enough, you're further from the start than to the end. I wish that we were young and Jewish again. This is the really serious part of the show. We talk about crime. Did anybody else here steal when they were younger? You don't have to answer that. I know it's sensitive. I did. I got caught one time by a drugstore employee. I was trying to steal candy. My mother's gave me, my parents, I had one mother. My mother gave me an allowance. She gave me an allowance for feeding the lawn and mowing the dog, but it wasn't enough. So a store clerk caught me in the act. She grabbed my hand and she saw in my fist was a packet of gum. And she was so upset I could see on her face. But worse than that, I could see how sad she was to catch me. Because disciplining a child is a pain in the ass. When I was younger, I had a wonderful childhood. My parents did a wonderful job raising me. But at the time, social scientists had learned that it was much more good to lower a kid's self-esteem by making them feel guilt over what they did. So it was effective to parent them by making me feel bad about myself rather than make me feel bad about my parents. Good timing. Aaron? Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Pearlman. That's what I call my parents. We'd like to get you a pet. Okay, okay. I want you to get you whatever kind of pet you want. You got to take care of it, look after it, and make sure that it's okay. All right. What kind of pet would you like? A guinea pig. A guinea pig, okay. A guinea pig. Not a pig, nor an animal with genealogical roots in Guinea. No, a guinea pig is a South American rodent. It's got soft fur, dark eyes, and little tissue paper ears. Here's what I don't get. Were my parents delusional that they thought I would be able to take care of an animal? Did they see how I took care of myself? The most I ate was when I picked my nose. The most I slept was when I was in school, and I abused my sister by crushing all of her charm bracelets in my fist. Did they really think that I'd be able to take care of another living thing with these greasy, food-covered, butt-scratch, frisky hands? So the store clerk caught me, and she says, "Why'd you do it, punk?" And I told her, I looked her right in the eyes, and I, an 8-year-old, who had been given everything from the food in my mouth to the clothes on my back to the irrational fear of spiders in my heart, I looked her right in the eye and I said, "I deserve it." Can you believe that? Where do the kids get this narrative? She said I could keep the gum as long as I went home and told my mother. I did not do that. I did go home and I told my sister as I crushed another charm bracelet in my hand. And then she told my mother. And as punishment, my mother gave my guinea pig to an orphanage for blind children with desensitized fingertips. It was a ploy. It was a ploy. This is what my therapist thinks. It was a ploy to build my life on a foundation of guilt. To construct my whole worldview on a pool of quicksand of disappointment and failed expectation. It was the beginning of my life as a Jew. Christmas song, anybody? Woo! I needed this. Happy holidays, happy holidays, while the merry bells keep ringing. Happy holidays to you. It's the holiday season, and Santa Claus is coming round. The Christmas snow is white on the ground. When old Santa gets into town, he'll be coming down the chimney down. He'll be ya-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's the holiday season, and Santa Claus has got a toy for every single one of you guys. If old Santa gets into town, he'll be coming down the chimney down, and he'll be boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, with a big fat pack upon his back, and lots of goodies for you and for me. So bring your peppermint stick for old Saint Nick and hang it on your Christmas tree. It's the holiday season, and roop-dee-doo and hickory-dock. These are the lyrics in the song. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't in the song. How-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So bring your pep-pep-pep and pack it up, pack. Everyone loves this song, especially Jews, because it's not technically a Christmas song. It's the holiday season, so whoop-a-dee-doo and hickory-dock. Don't forget to hang up your sock, because exactly at 12 o'clock he'll be coming down the chimney, 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 coming down the chimney Oh my God, that took a lot out of me. Oh boy. All right. It is the holidays, I realize after singing that song. And I know that that's, this might be a little unpopular, but I'm going to be honest with everybody. I love the holidays. I love them so much. There's a misconception about Hanukkah that every family at Hanukkah gets, every person gets 8 gifts, 1 for every night of Hanukkah. And that was not the case for my family. That might have been the case for your families. Might have been the case, but it was not the case for mine. But one year, on the first night of Hanukkah, my father gave me a puzzle with a picture of Sandy Koufax. Sandy Koufax was an incredible baseball player, pitcher, and he was also the only evidence that a young Jew had that he could also be a baseball player and not a dentist like his brother wanted. I did convince my mother, though, that I would be a good singer, because I told her that was the only way I'd meet a beautiful Jewish woman. And she said, okay, well, you have to be a street performer then. I said, why? She said, all the beautiful Jewish women are standing out front of Harvard Law School waiting to jump the first guy who comes out of the building. Anyway, my father gave me this puzzle. On the first night of Hanukkah, Sandy Koufax throwing a fastball. And this was also the year that I decided to confront my father on the discrepancy of the number of gifts that my friends were getting from Hanukkah and the number of gifts that I was getting from Hanukkah. My father was not the type of guy you'd want to get in an argument with. He was a tough guy. You did not want to be on the other end of an argument with him. He was also a fat man. You did not want to be on the other end of a canoe with him. So he gave me this gift. I opened it up. I saw the Sandy Koufax puzzle. I loved it. I gasped. Oh my God. And he said, quick, put it together tonight, and then we'll run some glue over the top of it so it'll stay like that forever. So that night I stayed up till midnight, putting together my puzzle. Thank you, Gentile. I stayed up till midnight putting together this puzzle. Oh my God. And as I got towards the end of putting the puzzle together, I realized that there were 7 pieces missing. And the next morning I woke my father up and I said, why did you buy me an incomplete puzzle? And he said, I didn't. I did like you asked. I'm going to give you 1 piece as a gift for every night of Hanukkah until it's over. Don't make that face. It was bad. It was abuse. What kind of childhood abuse? I'm telling you. One of the best compliments I remember getting as a child was from one of my father's friends. He looked me over and he said, "Oh, you look Irish." My life was made. From that point on, I was like, oh my God, I was spared the hooked nose and the whiskered ears and the early onset glaucoma. Instead, I was paired with another ethnic group which suffered as much or more or maybe a little bit less discrimination in the early 20th century in America than Jews did. But still, I was very satisfied with that.